Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Welcome. Today is Monday, May 1st. It's May Day. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I apologize for being a couple minutes late, so hopefully everybody can jump on. I had kind of a busy after work, had my hair appointment and then had to finish designing. And so Roseanne, thank you so much for joining. So what did everybody do this weekend? We had just kind of a quiet weekend at home. Weather was not great. Tony worked on the end table some, and then we went and got mulch, and he did some of that while I continued to stamp and try to get caught up and try to work ahead a little bit. But yeah, weather was icky. Weather was really icky today. So hopefully we're going to get some better weather soon. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for joining. Hi, Diane. So that was kind of it for our weekend. Then new catalog begins tomorrow. Yay. So today is your absolute last chance on things from the current annual catalog and from the spring mini catalog. Okay. As of roughly midnight tonight, you won't be able to order those things again unless they appear in the clearance rack sometime later. There are quite a few things that did sell out this time. It's probably one of the biggest sellout times that I've seen. So yes, tomorrow begins the new 23-24 annual catalog. I'll be placing an order or a couple of orders very first thing tomorrow morning before I leave for work. One of them, hi Donna. One of them will be for in-club people. You have two options, and I did send that information out. You have two options for this year's in color. One you can do monthly, and each month you get one color, and it runs from May through September. So you'll get a full package of cardstock. You'll get some ribbon, ink pads, blends, and at the end of the 5 months, you'll get the package of markers and in-color dots, I think. I don't have the sheet in front of me. The other option, if you are like me and you can't wait 5 months to get all of them, you want them and you want them now. The deadline is tonight so that I can place the order tomorrow, but you will get one assorted pack of paper. So you'll get all 5 colors, 4 sheets of each. Then you'll get the bundle of ink pads. You will get refills. You'll get Stampin' Blends, some little treat bags, some ribbon, some twine, the markers. So you get all the fun little goodies and things from there. Okay. So last week, oh, don't forget to like, share, love, tag, comment, lots of comments. Last week we did drawings. Whoops, that's not what I want. So from the comments and things, I drew names. And this week it is the 21-23. So it's the retiring in colors. And the lucky winner on this one is Mary Hubbard. So Mary, if you will please send me an email or a private message with your address, I will pop these in the mail to you. The second winner, hi Cheryl, the second winner gets the Elegant Faceted Gems. These things are so pretty, and you can, just like any of the things, you can color them with our Stampin' Right markers. Not Stampin' Right markers, the Stampin' Blends, so you can make these any color you want. And the lucky winner, and I apologize, I don't have a full last name, Becky, and it's S-C-H-L-O-S, I'm thinking Schlossman. I kind of wrote myself some notes and then I couldn't find when I was trying to hurry tonight and find the name completely. I couldn't find it. So Becky Schloss, let me know your address and I will get those out in the mail to you. Sorry about that. Got a little tickle. Okay. Last week we made our Mother's Day card, which was the flower pot easel card. Okay. And then I said we would make a little gift item to go along with it. So before I start, let me get myself up here so that I can watch for comments. I saw somebody had a sad face because they didn't win. I'm sorry. Okay, so there we are. so I can kind of watch for comments and I can make sure that you can see what I'm trying to show everyone. Okay, so let me switch my camera around. Hi, Gian. Thanks for joining. Oops, we got to get that down so you don't have to look up my nose. All right, let's get this turned down. Back up again. All right, let's get this pulled forward. And again, I was scrambling last minute, so we have a new host code for April, XMXRF7RG. Uh-oh, Annie's frozen. Try refreshing, Annie, and see if it comes back. It's looking good on mine, so. Okay, we're trying to get the camera, and I apologize. I'm like bonking you all over. Okay, so here was our card last week, right? Okay, and so I'm kind of sticking with the color scheme with the boho blue and the lemon lolly. And I don't know about you guys, but around here at my stamping events, especially the big ones, the big treat item is, and Maria used to always bring these, and Maria moved away, are the dark chocolate sea salt caramels. Maria used to always get them at Costco, and I know this one also came from Costco. I don't know for sure where else you can purchase them, but that much I know. I just saw a little box of them someplace recently, but I don't know where it was. Okay, so that's what we're going to do because everybody loves the chocolate-covered caramels. See, Diane loves them too. Okay, so we need to make a box to put our caramels in. Okay, so we're going to do the base of our box in the boho blue, and I started with a 6 by 6 square. Okay, and then I pulled my paper trimmer in, and I scored it on all 4 sides, and I scored it at 3/4 of an inch, and at, oops, and I got that stuck in there because I used the wrong side. You can use this one. I tend to use this old one with the smaller end. I get a deeper crease. And of course, your scoring tool is fabulous. But you're going to score it on all 4 sides. You're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch and at 1.5 inch. So you're just going to keep turning it, and you're going to continue to score around all 4 sides. Happy May Day, Glenda. Okay. And so we did that, and now we're going to take our paper snips, and we are going to cut the corners for our box, the tabs, so that we can create our box. Okay. And you know I like to kind of angle cut just to eliminate a little bit of the bulk in there. And then we're going to do the same thing around all 4 sides. So we get our little tabs to create our box. Okay. And around. And then we're coming here. Okay. So watching for comments on what you guys did this weekend. Hey, Deb, so glad you found me. Yay. I hate when I disappear. Hi, Ruth. Thanks for jumping on. Okay, we're making a little box to go with last week's Mother's Day card so that we can put some dark chocolate sea salt caramels in them and give a fun little gift box. When you buy that one little container of chocolates, you can make a whole bunch of gifts out of that. Okay, then we're going to go through, and so we've cut all our tabs so that we have 4 tabs, and then I created the double fold to give our box a little bit more strength. Oh, Cheryl, goodness gracious, you have had more than enough of your funerals and life memorials, and it's like, that's just sad. So glad that you're able to be with the loved ones, but not a fun thing to have to do. Okay, so now we're going to go through and we're going to score it, or we're going to fold it and burnish it on all the score lines. We want it to be nice and crisp. Okay, and then we're going to put adhesive. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. So this is the inside of our box. We're going to fold our tabs to the inside, and we're going to put adhesive there, and we're going to put adhesive on all 4 of the top lines. And I'm going to use the Stamp and Seal Plus. I'm going to start on the 4 tabs. All right, Linda, let's get that silicone sheet in here so we got something to work with. Okay. And it's easiest, that's why I'm doing it now, is to put the adhesive on these bigger tabs now rather than once we start building our box. Okay, so there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. Okay, so now we're going to adhere. We've made a ton of boxes, right? Because Peggy likes 3D. Okay, we're going to attach our little tabs. Hi, Dee. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we have that, and now we're just going to fold these other flaps in, and then we're going to get our bone folder and make sure that they're sealed down really, really well. Look at how fast that was to create that box. So get your bone folder. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Bone folder, you need to order that. Put that on your next order. Place your order tomorrow. Place it big enough. You can use Hostess dollars and get yourself a bone folder and a pair of paper snips. Okay, there's our sturdy box. Okay, now we could take, now of course if I'm giving as a gift, I'm going to use rubber gloves. We could put it in like that, but that doesn't look quite as fancy, right? So we need to make some dividers for our box. And we're going to do that by, we're going to start with a base piece, and this is just under, like 1 notch under 3 inches by 4.5. And then we're going to score it at 1.5, 2 1/4, and 3 inches. Okay? You got it. Tear and tape works fabulous also, Linda. Tear and tape works really well. I just didn't want to take the time to tear that backing off. But when you're doing it at home, tear and tape is fabulous. Green glue also works well. You do just have to hold it for a little bit to make sure that it sticks. But that holds really well also. Okay, so what I did is I folded it on the score lines to create kind of the, what is it, W? All right, and then we're going to put adhesive right down the center, and we're going to stick that together. Hi, Nikki. Okay, this is going to go, and before I did that, always before you glue, test it, because I'm a little bit long. So we're going to take the paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim just a hair off from each of the 1.5 inch sides so that it will fit down in there well. But truly, just a hair. That's how little it is. Okay, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to come, yeah, let's try it. Yep, and we are still, okay, that way we're okay. Let's take another hair off. Okay, there's that one. Okay, and then we're going to take just a hair off this way. And a way to get around all these little cutting hairs off is if you do 1/16 of an inch, but we know you guys don't like when I do 1/8 of an inch, so I know you don't want to do 1/16 of an inch, right? Okay, so test it before you glue it, but now I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my adhesive on here. This will be the base, and it'll also sturdy up the the bottom of the box because we're adding another layer of cardstock. Okay, so we're just going to put that in, and then we're going to make sure we push down all the way around. Okay, there's our divider. Now again, we could stop there, right? But then we're still going to have the issue of in between. So let's build 2 dividers to go in there. Now this time we have 2 pieces that are 1.5 by 4 inches, both of them, and they are scored at 1.5, 2.25, and 3. Okay, so again, we're going to fold it in half. We're going to burnish it really well, and then we're going to fold them back the opposite direction. And we're going to do the same thing to both. Ooh, Fannie Mae melt-aways, or, ooh, what are treasures? I don't know that I've heard of treasures. Of course, any kind of chocolate. You know, you could actually, I think Dove chocolates would be about the same size. You might have to adjust a little bit, but those would fit in there. Okay, so these are going to go right in here, okay? Like this. But again, you can see I'm a little bit snug. So before we glue it, we're going to take off about 1/16 of an inch. Oh, Hershey treasures. Are they kind of like Hershey nuggets, Cheryl? Okay, let's see if that, okay, that'll work for that way. And then we're going to shimmy off just a little bit off from the ends. Now I just boogered those down in there. Okay, come on, come out of there. Thought there was another one. Nope. Okay, now let's test this one. Okay, that one's going to be good. And then we need to do the same thing here. We're going to take it down about 1/16 of an inch, which is like 2 hairs. And then we're going to take off just a little bit there. And we should be good to go. Yep. All right, now we can get that out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing. We are going to adhere these 2 pieces together, and then we're going to put adhesive. Hi, Annette. Thanks for joining. Okay, and then we're going to put adhesive on both sides with our tab in the middle. Okay, adhere that down really well. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. And put adhesive on this one. And then that can go down in there. Make sure it's all stuck down really well. And then we can put our, look at how cute that is. Okay, we're going to put that little corner down there. And then we need 2 more. All right, look at that. Adorable, right? Perfect for giving. It looks special. Okay, now we need a cover for it. So we are going to start with, again, a 6 by 6. Only this time I scored it at 5 1/8, or 5/8, sorry. That's a good question, Gian. Let me grab. Okay, so let's take a chocolate out, and look at that. You could gift 4 Stampin' Spots. That would fit in there. You could make a bigger box and give more. That would be very pretty. Okay, so it's scored at 5/8 of an inch and then just shy of 1.5 inches. Okay, that gives us, this center part is just a little bit bigger than it was on the last one, so that it will fit over the top and not be too snug that it smashes the box. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut all of our little tabs. And yes, I could have done this ahead of time, but I decided to let you see so that you know how to make these yourself. I think I'm going to make a bunch of them this next week and take into work and kind of pass out to the girls I work with who are all moms also. Okay, one more to go. And the best part is when somebody else figures all the measurements out for you, right? Because you can make this any size you want to hold any type of treat or gift, but you need to know how to be able to do that. Okay, so now we have all of our little tabs. Now, just to be able to, we're going to do some embossing on this. So I want to make sure that I know exactly where my folds are. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it right now. But before we emboss on it, we want them to be able to see that wonderful gift, right? So we are going to use the stylish shapes because the layering circles are done as of the end of the day today. Okay, so then, and you know what? I'm going to pull this paper out because I know it's going to scoot around. All right, let's get our cut and emboss machine out. And my platforms. Okay. All right, and we're going to go ahead and put that, and I'm trying to see, yes, you can see that. So I've got my die and my tear and tape or sticky tape. Okay, so then we are going to send this through, and it's going to jiggle the camera some. I'm sorry. Okay, set that down for a minute, and then, okay, now we have a pretty little hole in it. Annie, this is the brand new Lemon Lolly, the same color that we used last week on the card. Okay, now we are going to emboss this, so I need to get rid of this plate and those plates because the embossing folder, and I decided to use the same embossing folder that we used last week on the card. Okay, so it's this one that's part of the Basics 3D folders. And we're just going to put this all the way in, and we're going to center it side to side. As you can see, it doesn't completely do the sides. These sides are going to fold under anyways, so it's not going to matter. And it's going to leave a little bit undone, but that's not going to really show much anyways. Okay, so with the thicker folders, you want to use the plate number 4. Okay, so we're going to put that in and scoot away. Sorry, it's going to shake a little bit. Annette, I use, let me find it here so that I can tell you the name. It is Post-it tape. I get it on Amazon. The new masking tape stuff that we have, masking sheets, you can use that too. It's kind of a temporary hold, but it holds it in place really, really well when you are die cutting. All right, let me get all these plates down out of the way, get my scrap paper back up here again. But I didn't want to have this done ahead of time. I wanted you to see how you go about doing that. Okay, and then see how kind of my score lines have disappeared. But by having folded it ahead of time, it refolds really easy. Okay, all right, look at how pretty that is. And it matches the card. Okay, now we're going to cover that up so that our chocolates stay fresh. So we are going to, and I used glue last time and it didn't want to dry fast enough. So we're going to try this. I should have grabbed the tear and tape because, as Linda said, that works really, really well. Okay, come in. And we're just going to go kind of around the circle. And then I have a window sheet that I cut 3 by 3 or just shy of 3 by 3. And we've got to make sure that we stay within the score lines. And we adhere it to the inside, okay? And now we're going to create the box the same way we did last time. So we're going to fold those little tabs in, and we're going to put adhesive on those and on the longer one. And then one more, okay? And so then you're just adhering them, like I said, exactly the same way you just did the other piece. Doesn't it make the box lid fancy, Jackie? It just makes it so pretty. Just make sure that you cut your hole first, because if you emboss it first and then you run it through again to cut the hole, it will flatten your embossing. Okay, so you want to make sure that you cut or punch. Well, if you can punch holes, you can do that after. But if you're going to die cut an opening in it, now we could have done a square. We could have done one of the flowers. Like we could have used the daisy die and we could have cut a daisy shape in the lid. Anything at all. Okay, I'm just making sure that those are down. So see where there is a little strip that's not embossed, but anybody that's looking down that far, you will need to make a really big box. What's Linda going to do now? She's going to put a pineapple upside down cake in there. You would have to put some pieces together to create, but wouldn't that be cool? Okay, so there's our caramels. Now our box lid fits right on it. So we have a blue base. We have the lemon lolly top. And then we're going to use some of the boho blue to tie a ribbon, or tie a bow, I should say, across the center. You could put a tag of some kind, or you could stamp and die cut one of the daisies and attach that on here also. I didn't get to that, so maybe I can do that yet later tonight, and when I post for tomorrow, I can. Your parents' house is too hot for chocolate, it'll all melt. Okay, so now we should doll it up a little bit with some of the new Adhesive-Backed solid gems. And this is in the Copper Clay, Lemon Lolly, and Boho Blue. So, of course, I think that we will add some of the Boho Blues. Okay, come on. Okay, how about if we put one up there? And hi, Sheila. Thanks for jumping on. Well, it's just not cooperating with me. And we'll put one there. And then we'll grab one more and we'll put it down here in this corner. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay. Now I also did my sample one in the boho blue. Oops, let's go this way. So let's grab some of the lemon lolly corners or little faceted gems, and we'll pop those right in there. Get this stuff all out of the way so that you can see. There's our card from last week with a lovely box of chocolates, right? Okay, and the video hopefully is catching up. It looks like I'm lagging behind a little bit from one spot to the next, okay? All right, how adorable is that? So there is, I'm trying to get this down enough so that you can see, we can pop our card up. And what a lovely gift, whether for your own mom or for family members who are moms. It's just a really great gift. And again, you could put, I mean, we named off lots of things. You could, if you didn't want to mess with the inside, you could just put a cookie inside there. That would be very pretty. Just decorate it however you want to. But get those embossing folders out. I mean, look at how much more awesome. I mean, I don't even know how proper English to be able to say. It just really decorates up from the plain cardstock to such a pretty little box. Okay, that's everything for now. Reminder that the new annual catalog begins tomorrow. There is the current host code XMXRF7RG. Starts, let's see, they're saying 3 a.m. Mountain Time, which would be 4 a.m. our time. To the best of my knowledge, they have not caught up on shipping yet from April. So please know that your order will be delayed a little bit, but it will be well worth the wait. And Jackie, your credit card is ready. So is mine. Yes, Cheryl, that's exactly what I was thinking, is one of the little daisies where kind of like a tag even, so that you could write to whoever it's to or whatever on that. That would be very, very pretty. So that's what I'll try to do after I go up and have dinner, is come back and do that. Maybe on this one, I'll do a yellow one over here. And then I'll post that on my blog post tomorrow when I put the dimensions. I do have the dimensions written down here, so I will be putting that together and adding that to the blog post tomorrow, and I'll try to get it in the YouTube video also. So reminder that you can watch it on YouTube. If you have friends who are not part of Facebook, they can go to YouTube and they can watch all of the videos and things there too. Yellow ribbon would be really pretty on the blue box. Unfortunately, currently, I don't have any yellow ribbon. We weren't able to pre-order any of that. To be honest, I have to look to see if there is some, but that will definitely be, they got rid of my little white seam binding ribbon that I could easily color with the Stampin' Blends to make it yellow. But for now, we'll work with what we have. All right, you guys have a fabulous week. And if you have any questions or problems trying to place orders or anything tomorrow, please let me know. I'm happy to help. And we'll see you next Monday night, which will be May 8th. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.